As a coach, what's it like for you to see one of your players, a freshman at that, put up 3 30-point games in the season?
Well, he's been, he was fabulous tonight. And, I'm sure you guys thought he looked a lot more aggressive, but he still only took 15 shots. I mean, but he was terrific, and I don't really look at it like that, but I'd like to see him take be able to take the show on the road, so to speak, and which I know he's very capable of doing. But that's as good as efficient as I've seen a guard be. I also thought he passed it well. I thought he did everything pretty well, and to have two different players go for 39 and 36 in back-to-back games, most people would think it'd be the same guy, but to have two different guys do that's pretty good.
Bill, did you play in that? I think it was against Oklahoma State that Danny had the 35.
I was in that
play
game.
In that game.
I played the back line of the 2-3 zone. I think he got like 20 on me, but not all 35. But yeah, I was in that game. Yeah, I was a senior when Danny was a freshman.
Do you feel like the difference maybe in home and road for Ben is that he gets a little more active off the ball? I mean, there's a couple dashes down the baseline through screens that I don't know if I've seen that much.
Yeah, that's probably part of it. He did a good job reading screens today, but we also did a good job screening for him. He can do that. He can do that away from home too. He's done it. Look at the Ohio State game, even the first game of the year against Michigan State, he didn't take a lot of shots, but he's pretty efficient. He just needs to be able to, have the same confidence level, playing away from home that he does at home. But he was remarkable tonight. But Elijah was good. Jeff was great, and everybody else was solid, and it's about as efficient as we've been offensively all year.
West Virginia tends to make you play kind of a sloppy game, but you guys really took good care of basketball, 29 assists, I think 11 turnovers.
Yeah.
Talk on that.
Well, we did take better care of the ball, and when we played them the first time, their best offense was our offense. They turned us over and got runouts, and certainly we didn't handle their pressure well. But today was a little bit better. We did a better job, and when you're making shots and you got a little lead and things like that, usually the other team's pressure is not quite as good, and we were able to drive the ball. We did some really good things, driving the ball and sharing it, but we did pass and catch it much better than what we have been.
Coach, you've mentioned in the past that 08 team played above the rim. You could just throw it up, and guys would, be pretty athletic with it. You see a lot of that today, especially the second.
I saw it today. I don't know how many lobs we had, but it had to be 5 or 6, I would think, at least. I saw it today. I haven't seen it much up until today. You go to Iowa State game, and I'm sure we had a couple of dunks, but I don't even remember them off the top of my head. And the Oklahoma State game down there, I don't really remember athletic plays like that. But we were pretty athletic in the open court today.
Is that something that just kind of builds off each other? Do they see one guy getting alley-oop and they try to look to do it again?
Well, a lot depends on how the defense is playing. So, it's not so much. Maybe they do feed off of it a little bit, but you can't throw lobs if it's guarded a certain way. And we were fortunate today we had some 2-on-1s, where in the past games we haven't had as many.
So do you feel the concerning point of this game, Elijah's play on defense, that one shot when you're down?
I thought, it was. We didn't have anything going, and he made an unbelievable athletic play after turning it over. I don't know who turned it over, but and then, if I'm not mistaken, we ended up getting a layup off of that play, and then he ends up stealing the ball on the sideline right after that, which may have led to a basket or whatnot. So, yeah, I think that probably did as much as I think it was. I could be wrong, but it's like 15-8 or 14-7, and then we kind of got the thing turned a little bit and made some good plays after that.
A lot of the attention goes to Jeff's 9 blocks, but how did Jeff impact the game offensively tonight? He's 7 for 8.
Yeah, Jeff can shoot, and of the 7 baskets, I don't remember them all, but he probably had 3 outside 12 or 14 feet. So that makes a big difference when he can stretch it out. We need to play to that more often.
Did it seem to you like he had more than 9 blocks?
Yeah,
I guess he did.
Our stat crew I know does a great job, but I think that one's worth revisiting if it's possible, because it sure seemed that way to me. And of course he got the one late where they called the foul that looked like it might have been clean, but he certainly he did a great job blocking and altering today.
When they attack the offensive glass the way they do, does it make the team more aware that they're going to get runouts? A lot. West Virginia's
Oh,
not a great shooting team.
Yeah, but, well, when the other team sends forward to the glass, if you can control the board, you can certainly have opportunities to run, but we did a bad job on the defensive glass. I mean, we have been so good in some games rebounding the ball, but Texas and West Virginia, they both got 20 on us. Of course, they missed some shots, but they got 20 putbacks, and then you have other games where we're plus 18, plus 14 in rebounding, but today wasn't a good day for us on the glass.
Overall, do you feel this team hitting their stride as we head into March?
I think we're playing a lot better. We seem to be playing with more confidence. It's amazing winning a couple of tough road games, where it could have gone either way, can do for a team's confidence, where if it goes the other way, there's no, it could certainly drain it. But our guys seem to be more confident right now playing. And, I don't know if we're hitting our stride, but I don't know if you can sustain it over, a 5-week period or something like that. But certainly it feels good to make shots. And we've been a team that hasn't made shots consistently at all. So that was nice to see.
Elijah's turnaround, coach, and potential high draft pick. Do you sense guys maybe feeling some urgency to make the most of the time they got?
I don't think there's any question that, when you're young, you don't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. And now it's it's on you. It's getting ready to hit you. And so I think there's no question there's a sense of urgency with those guys. And the reality of it is, Ben Nye, we're not going to talk about this till the season's over, but he could be, obviously be running out there the last time too. So even though you don't talk about it, obviously that's something I'm sure he's thought about as well.
And because Monday night is senior night, do you worry about these guys maybe getting caught up too much in the emotion?
Sure. Yeah, but we, these guys have experienced senior night here before and seen how other guys have handled it, and it's a big deal. And hopefully our fans will make sure it's a big deal for our guys, because these guys have done such a great job representing them and our university for the amount of time they've been here. But yeah, I'm concerned about that. But the biggest thing is I love senior night. I'd rather win the game than the guys give good speeches. So hopefully we'll keep them down in time this year, but maybe put a clock on them. But the most important thing is win the game, so we have a better chance to win the league.
You've mentioned before the need to get Ben more shots, but how much is that dictated just by the flow of the game?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's dictated by flow. When there's broken floor situations, there's more opportunities, and our guys did a good job screening for him. We ran some stuff to make sure that to give Ben the first opportunity to get some looks, and we need to probably do more of that. We've done it, but he's starting to understand more how to free himself.
Did the message to Ben change at all after the Iowa State game, and does he still need to hear certain things from coaches about being aggressive?
Yeah, that wasn't the only message. Everybody looks at Ben and think offense. He didn't get any rebounds. He didn't do a lot of things against Iowa State like he's capable of doing. I still think I'm a big believer. You worry about the things that you can control. The uncontrollable things will come your way much easier. And I think that's what happened. He was focused in. Of course, he wants to score, and we want him to score and all those things. But he can do so many other things to help our team win. And I think that's one thing in the Iowa State game. He did some things, but it wasn't him. He wasn't near as big a factor for a guy that talented that played 40+ minutes, even if you don't score. So I think that's the message more so than shooting the ball.
Coach, can you talk about Elijah's performance today, especially coming off Monday?
Yeah, a guy gets 39, he turns around the next game and gets 10 assists. And other than a 3 or 4 minute stretch to start the second half, he was terrific. He did a great job. He had a good game, and he shot the ball well.
Coach, how many did you score in that game against State?
I think I had 29. Not too many people talk about that, though. So,
Overshadowed.
Yeah, I was overshadowed. Yes, it was something, I can't remember exactly, but it was something like that.
Anything else?
Shay, you had a question?
Thank you. I was at Elijah. With him, is it just confidence, or is he playing with a free mind? I don't know how a guy goes from maybe struggling the way he was, at least in his words, to playing the way he is now in such maybe a short period of time.
He did it last year too, and I think a lot of his confidence. I think his body feels a little better right now, and maybe the timing's right where he's getting his pop back. He looks more athletic. He's dunking the ball in practice and doing some things athletically that he hadn't done all year long. So I think a lot of it is sense of urgency, like we talked about before. And I tell you something else. You know, it's amazing to me in our sport. Ben can go score 7 at Ames or not be a huge factor in Stillwater and all that stuff, but he gets 36 today on 15 shots, and that's all anybody's going to remember is 36 on 15 shots. Elijah hadn't really had the greatest shooting year and things like that. We know that. But he gets 39, and all he can remember is 39. And it's amazing what one performance can do for your confidence. And so I think, Elijah's 3 for 4 today, and they all look good. I mean, that's such a bonus for our team when you have our best perimeter shooter from last year now playing like up to his expectations, because it totally changes the look of our ball club. Thanks, guys.